live from the rinks. It's Friday night hockey on the Long Island Sports Network, your home for Suffolk County High School Hockey League action. If you're looking for New York Islanders High School Hockey League action across county lines, well, I got good news for you. It's live currently. Bad news, you're looking at the wrong game as we take a look at the schedule for tonight. Just looking at our YouTube channel. Want to make sure we got that right for you because as of now, Storm still playing Bethpage. Half Hollow Hills versus Syosset is over. And we still got one other Nassau game on the horizon. That's Cold Spring Harbor versus Garden City. But if you're here with us now, my name is Jack Ziskin. I'd like to thank you for joining us here tonight as the Longwood Lions and East Islip Chiefs battle it out in the junior varsity division. The second of 3 games here tonight, and we'll close things off with the Friars and the Knights at the varsity level. But right now, at this moment, looking at the standings, Chiefs sitting at 11-4-1, Longwood sitting at 8-5-2-1. They're listed technically as having 6 losses. One of those is an overtime loss, so you get a point for that. So that is worth mentioning, and that's part of why they're sitting in 7th and not 8th. They lead the Cougars by 3 points. They have a game in hand. A win here tonight allows them to extend that lead, and the junior varsity division is very competitive this year. It's not an easy road to the playoffs for anybody. There's a lot of teams still battling for a spot. There's some that are on the outside looking in that you didn't necessarily expect. St. Anthony's JV Black, they narrowly trail Middle Country. Northport Huntington, they're a little bit more of a long shot, but it's not out of reach yet. And there's still a lot of room for movement at the bottom of this division, so we should have a fun one in store for you tonight. As we take a look at these teams' last 5 games, Longwood coming off a 5-4 loss to Pat Med. Actually got a chance to call that one. That was a very good game. And on the other side, EI coming off a win against Smithtown Hauppauge Blue. That's the team sitting in 11th currently, not the one sitting in first. That one they lost 2-6-1. They've won their last 3. They've won 3 of their last 5. So obviously losses Smithtown Hauppauge Red and Sachem mixed in there. And then for Longwood, they also lost Smithtown Hauppauge Red, but they had a very short bench that game. I don't think it's a 9-1 game, if not for the fact they're without 5 key pieces. And here tonight, they really don't have that issue. The only one out is Kyle Contry. The only one out for East Islip is, let me just double check this here. It's going to be Jake Loudenslager is out of lineup, and that's it. So both these teams pretty much at full strength. They know what it means for their playoff hopes. And once again, as we take a look at the standings here, East Islip, they're 1 point back of Kings Park Comac right now. A win here tonight for East Islip allows them to leapfrog KPC, so they go from 5th to 4th, which gives them the last change in the first round. And more than that, they would trail Sachem by just 2 points. They trail Pat Med by 4, so that 3rd seed still isn't out of reach for them. For Longwood, well, like we said, they're coming off a loss to Pat Med. A win here tonight gives them the same number of points as the Friars. Of course, the Friars will have a game in hand at that point. But sometimes it's about who you've played when you have that game in hand, so that's also another thing to keep in mind looking at the schedule. But the difference between playing Pat Med and Sachem, maybe not the same degree for them. And when you take a look at the schedule, they only lost 5-4 to Pat Med. They can go against Sachem, no doubt, but that game when they played Sachem the first time, and they still have one more game against them, the other 2 against Northport Huntington, Smithtown Hauppauge Red. They really need these 2 points here tonight. They're going up against some good teams in the future. In between the pipes for East Islip, Patrick O'Shea, and he'll be taking on Sebastian Martins for Longwood. Face-off is won by East Islip. We're underway. Lasessi pressuring. Puck comes to Colin Kelly. Going D-to-D, Bolero. Lead pass to Nicotri. Broken up by Galar, and now Bolero enters. Turnover forced. Heading up ice with speed. EI gets his own exit, but the puck comes to Colin Kelly. Resinello forechecking. He's seen some action at the varsity level. 4 East Islip Chiefs have, and now Longwood heading up ice. Bolero enters, fires, shots deflected, poked down into the corner. Gilliar up the wall. Walsh has it. Stretch pass intercepted. Colin Kelly slips it through the legs. Galar now. Nikos Stavropoulos breaks that play up, and as we mentioned, they had 4 varsity call-ups this year. Stavropoulos is one of them. As the puck leaves his own, Michael Clementi has it for Longwood. He's carried it beneath his own goal line, using that to create some space. Walsh on the forecheck, pokes it off the stick. Bolero rescues it. Makes the lead pass to Colin Kelly. He'll head up ice. Enters against Sam Penny. Pass to the slot. Deflects off Highland's stick. Goes behind him, and now EI heading up ice 2-on-2. Walsh with Sophia Penny. And Zulikovsky ties him up nicely there. Puck is loose in the slot. Longwood flips it up and out. That one's going to roll out, die before it reaches the goal line, but O'Shea comes out to play it for that very reason. Makes the lead pass. Heinlein re-enters, and the play is broken up. Logan Barton with it. Lead pass, Sophia Penny. Sends it to the weak side. Saccone enters. Drop pass in the slot, pass towards the front, and we get a whistle. I think they were looking for a deflection that time, but we'll now get a change. Instead, EI offensive zone draw. Clementi in the dot, and Barton. Matchup Clementi is off. I believe that's D'Amico now against Barton, who wins it back to Marizito. Shot is deflected off Beaudry. Then the lead pass broken up. Beaudry, I believe, has an older brother on the varsity squad as Matt Saccone gets to work on the forecheck. And now Beaudry's lead pass broken up by Barton. Carries it into the corner. Zulikovsky breaks the play up, trying to settle it. Benoit went to support in this Longwood defense. They're very mobile. That's been to watch out for as Marizito tried to split through the slot. Play was broken up. Good work there by Coy Witt. It's his 5th game of the season. He's scored 4 goals in as many games. Now coming in, 2-on-1 with Benoit. Shot sails over the net. Had Witt crashing the net. Maybe get that shot a little bit lower. But now Zulikovsky walking in. Shot, glove save by O'Shea. And Longwood, they have a strong junior varsity program this year. They have a very strong developmental program, which actually has the talent to be playing freshmen. The line between those two divisions still ill-defined to me a little bit, to be honest. You still get representatives from those developmental teams going to the All-Star game for a reason, I suppose, as Bolero has it off the wall. Trying to get it to Gordiello, ends up into Cochery in the corner. Towards Kelly, it's behind him. Puck leaves the zone, racing after it. Bolero really showing off the speed that time, and collects, pulls up, escape turn, D to D. Kelly has it. Carries it up ice. Enters. Pulls up, fires, shot turned aside, rebound kicked out, then sent the length of the ice. And we get a stoppage here. So it'll be a defensive zone draw for East Islip. Schmallenberger versus Nicotri, but Nicotri appears like some sort of issue behind the play. That's been resolved, and now Nicotri versus Schmallenberger. Play is tied up. EI sends it up the wall, and now heading up ice, Schmallenberger tries to slip it past Kelly. Ends up going off the wall. Longwood defender picks it up, has possession. Lead pass to Lassesi. My apologies. And the play is broken up. Puck comes back to Kelly. And he makes the cross-ice feed to Gordiello. Enters. The outside. Looks to cut back in. Shot kicked out in the slot. Kelly, rebound backhand. Turned aside again. He's on the forecheck there. Trying to force a turnover. Long-time Long Island Royal, Colin Kelly. Still battling with the coachry to hold the zone. Puck comes out of the zone. Kelly's going to re-enter, and nice hit there by Stavropoulos. DeCotery support shot turned aside, and O'Shea makes another stop here. Longwood really pressing here, trying to make something happen. And we'll get a defensive zone draw. Once again for EI, Resinello versus Clementi, and it's tied up. EI looks poised to come away with it, but Clementi's second effort has it along the left wing half wall, trying to shield it, but EI comes away with it. Benoit holds it in. Second effort, Resinello gets his own exit, but the lead pass to Walsh is deflected. He now comes in, poked off his stick, comes to Benoit, and his lead pass broken up. Gilliard's shot turned aside, Walsh in front. Benoit picks it up, looking up ice, comes to Heinlein, to Clementi, enters, pulls up, poked off his stick by Gilliard. Kingema holds it in, looking, pass to the point. Play is broken up, EI gets the zone exit. Walsh against Lukovsky, and the rangy Longwood defender breaks the play up, makes the lead pass. Marizito chips it back in. Benoit will collect. Heinlein, pass off the wall, comes free, and now looking to settle it. EI has it. Clementi looking for the clear, puck comes up. Not out of the zone initially. Kingema can't get it past Gilliard, now the puck re-enters. Looking to slip by, play is broken up. O'Shea sends it up the wall, puck will go all the way down. No, icing waved off. Clementi has made the change. Lukovsky lead pass, Coy Witt. Turnover forced, Saccone enters. And he's forced to pull up. Puck comes to Zulikovsky, to Kelly. Resinello tried to pickpocket him. Barton picks up, sends it towards the front. Saved by Martins, and we get a stoppage and a whistle. Face-off, my apologies, stepped away for a second to handle a technical matter. The face-off has been won. Colin Kelly has it. Lead pass to Beaudry, enters. Drop pass, D'Amico. Can't settle. Kelly shot, blocker side, rebound, kick free shot, turn aside, puck's still loose. Kelly looking towards the front. Has time. Resinello, D'Amico shot, won't go through. Kelly picks it back up. Battle along the boards. EI looking for a clear. Game that could decide the very seeding of the playoffs, but now the attempted clear. Blown tire. Nearly put an end to it, but now Saccone enters. Pulls up, looking, pass to the slot. Kelly, shot. Penny, shot deflected. Now Kelly breaking that up, and now EI heading the other way. Bolero with Kelly, the defenseman leading the charge. Bolero on the left wing half wall, knocked off the puck. Puck comes up, but will not leave the zone, still battling for it. Comes to Witt. Slips through, all alone. Shot, save, rebound is free. Comes out. Beaudry puts it towards the net, but not on it. Coy Witt looking for it. In the corner. Escapes to Kelly, under pressure. Walks the line, fires. Shot is gloved. We get a stoppage here. My apologies, had to get a pronunciation for Emmett Galar. Was butchering his name, knew that, so went and got that. Thank you so much, the EI crowd, for that. Now a shot from Zulikovsky's turned aside. Marizito has it beneath the goal line. Puck comes up. Benoit breaking up an attempted zone exit for Connors. Lessess battling along the wall. Longwood looking to settle it. Connors has it, gets it out. Benoit looks D to D. Then tried to cut up the middle. Ragusa broke up the play momentarily. And now EI forced to reset in their own zone. DeCotery on the forecheck, gets a stick on it. Comes out. Chaco chips it into the corner, chases Zulikovsky. Angles are off the puck, and Zulikovsky ducks the hit. And now heads up ice against Connors. That was Ryan Ragusa who tried to enter. Ended up getting the worst of that one, and now Zulikovsky resets. Off the wall, Benoit. Looking up ice. Cutting to the right wing, tried to enter Marizito with the poke check. Zulikovsky resets, fires it in. And O'Shea comes out, settles it. Nicotri on the forecheck as the EI netminder sends it around the wall. Comes all the way out to Colin Kelly near his own bench. Under pressure, lead pass to Nicotri. He's got to settle it. Tried to enter. Puck comes up, out, and now Lissesse will reset. To Gordiello. He pulls up. Now looks to enter. Does. Chips it in. Will now chase as Galar collects, but Nicotri on the other side forces the pass of Galar. Ragusa looking for the clear. Clementi breaks it up. Walking in, wants Nicotri, can't find him. Shot is turned aside. We get a stoppage here with 5:56 remaining. Another stop for O'Shea. Both netminders been solid in goal thus far. No real significant, I shouldn't say no significant absences, but each roster just has one player out of the lineup here tonight, so as Galar collects it off the draw. Looks up ice, shielding the puck nicely, forced to pull up, and a turnover. A backhanded pass, Clementi slips through one defenseman, has his stick lifted, penalty going against EI, and we get a whistle and a stoppage, 5:39. Stick got whacked out of the hand of Clementi, so we'll see what the call is. But it appears that Longwood will go to the power play. And just double checking the call here is Longwood has a 2-minute power play now. And Clementi in the dot. Hooking is the call against Galar. And defensive zone draw for EI. It's one back by Longwood. Bolero pulls up. Under pressure, but makes that pass to the half wall. Clementi right back to Bolero. Resinello on him, so he moves it over to Kelly. Rolls on him, Walsh pressuring, and pass across by Kelly under pressure. Ends up beneath the goal line. Gordiello looking to move it over to Heinlein. Puck comes back up to the line. Kelly walks, looks, and feathers it over to Bolero. Under pressure, Marizito forces it up, but not out. Oh, slip past the skate of Kelly, so he'll now look to reset. Walsh on the forecheck here for EI, but Longwood now regains possession. Kelly enters, pulls up, under pressure. EI forced a turnover at the line, racing up ice. It's Resinello, but Kangema on the back check breaks up the opportunity. Kelly enters the fray, and Resinello with the escape turn, eating time. Moved it to Peter Marizito, his older brother, set to graduate this year. That's Anthony, senior on varsity squad that is heavily favored this season. And now Stavropoulos makes the lead pass to Walsh, drops it off, shot deflected. Resinello collects beneath the goal line. Kelly gets it back. Pass comes to Coy Witt. To Bolero off his boot. Witt settles it. Now he enters, pulls up, and his shot deflected. Might have actually been looking for a pass there, but there's no one there. It's sent up the wall. Bolero holds it in. Walks the line, under pressure, escape turn, curling, cutting in. Pass makes its way through to Coy Witt. Backhand towards the slot. Put on net, but it's deflected. Attempted clear, deflects off the boot of a linesman, comes back around. Boot being skate, of course, and now Beaudry on the forecheck. EI looking to get the clear as the penalty winds down. D'Amico battling with Marizito. The penalty has expired. We've returned to 5-on-5. As EI gets a clear. Kelly back. Chiefs have a 3-on-1 as it comes to Witcher. Shot. Turned aside by Martin. Rebound. Comes into the corner. Puck comes out. Bolero gets it out, but it's sent back in by Peter Marizito. Martins settles in the corner for Colin Kelly. His lead pass. Resinello down. That's got a sting. Witcher forces a turnover shot, sailing over the net, and Resinello still down. And we get a whistle as it's blown dead here. Resinello rolling back up to the ice, gesturing he's okay, just limping. It just stings a little bit. Waved off his coach as they appeared poised to go to the ice, and looks like it was a shot from Kelly that did that, so EI will get the change. It's Witcher coming off as Barton remains as the center. Barton stays the center. Wings coming into the draw, that is. Face off is one back. Sam Penny sends it in. Martins settles it for Benoit. Under pressure. Sends it around. Comes the Beaudry. Slips it past Penny. D'Amico looking. Fires. Coy Witt enters. On the backhand. Looking towards the slot. Pass is deflected. Barton sends it up. Ends up with Penny. Trying to send the rest away. Zulikovsky sends it back in. O'Shea comes out to play it. Sends it up the wall. Pinching in. Zulikovsky on the backhand. Settles it into the corner. D'Amico pulls up. Looking towards the slot. And his pass intended for Beaudry goes awry. Puck leaves the zone. Picked up by Benoit. Under pressure here. They've escaped. Still has it, but a turnover forced by Saccone. Pass right back to Benoit. Knocks that one down, and then another pass sent across the slot. Now it comes up to the point. Galar back down. Saccone on the forecheck, but Benoit collects. Reversing there. Sends it up the wall. Comes to Beaudry. Trying to slip it past Penny. Second effort, she sends it right back in, and comes to Barton, sent wide of the net. All the way across the crease, comes back to the point. Penny fires it in. As Zulikovsky resets, EI looking to get back. Zulikovsky breaks free, coming in, shot. And it goes off the blocker. O'Shea, Coy Witt in the corner, battling for it. Pulls up, breaks through a hit. Sophia Penny battling for it in the corner, sends it up to the point. Benoit shot blocked. Second effort, Barton comes free. Coy Witt on the back check. Forces Barton to pull up. Throws the shoulder here as the puck comes free. Barton looks to send it back in. Puck comes up and not out of play. Witt will collect. Looking cross ice. Ends up moving to Lessesse. Takes a hit from Galar. The coach re-entered. Play was broken up. Now the puck comes back. Off the stick of Gordiello. Martins leaves it for him. Sends it up the wall. Turnover. Resinello walks in. Passed beneath the goal line. Off the boot. Shot. Save. Rebound. Comes free. Longwood looking for a clear. Can't find it. Marizito has it. Resinello beneath the goal line. Walsh picks it up. Past the point. Walking. Shot. Turned aside by Martins. 35 seconds remaining. Cutting back in. Marizito. Shot. Off the bar. Or off the pipe, I should say. Didn't go off the crossbar. Now Zulikovsky intercepts the pass. Trying to get the clear. Puck is carried the rest of the way by Marizito, but EI has possession. Pass towards Walsh. Benoit collects. Under pressure. Trying to escape. Does momentarily. Flips it up and out. Ekotri settles it. Entering. Gordiello. Puck rolling. 10 seconds remaining. Resinello trying to come away with it. He does. Chips it past the defense. Racing in, it's Walsh. Benoit on the back check. Lifts the stick. Carries beneath the goal line. Rescues it. And that'll do it for the first period. Grayson Benoit escorting the puck to safety. Preventing the breakaway. With time running out, and at the end of the first period, just one penalty. That was to Emmett Galar, the Varsity call-up, and just once again, my apologies. Forgot to double-check that one before the game with the coaching staff, and actually ended up being the one who was double-checking it before the Varsity game, too, so slipped my mind. My apologies. A good start for Patrick O'Shea. He's been rock solid here tonight. Made some strong stops. On the other end, Sebastian Martins has also been strong in net here, so just trying to find another word besides strong. Couldn't, apparently should have brought my thesaurus today. Either way, it's a big game here tonight. Once again, this has major implications for the standings. EI looking to lock up a top 4 seed, and a loss here tonight, well, that means the Friars are at risk of catching them in a JV division where pretty much anybody can beat anybody. We saw Middle Country lose a tight one to Pat Med, in which they felt like they had a couple that they should have had in the game. Early whistle here, stuff like that, you know. At least in their perspective, that is. I have no comment on that, but the point is, you know, they lose 3-2 to Pat Med. They felt like they had an argument that there were reasons they should have won, but nonetheless, as it stands right now, it's pretty much anybody's game here. The only team that hasn't faced that much adversity is the Bulls, and that's sort of a double-edged sword. Of course, it wasn't last year when they won the whole thing, so Clemente wins the draw back, poked off Bolero's stick. Ragusa enters. It's been chipped in. Colin Kelly collects under pressure. Sends it off the wall to Heinlein. Turnover in transition to Connors, but Bolero gets it right back, moves it back to Heinlein. Trying to settle into this one here is Bolero now looking to move it up ice. Ends up chipping it in. EI unrelenting on the attack in transition. They're very aggressive. Something their varsity team has perfected, and that one sent all the way down. Icing is waved off. Connors on the attack, collects beneath the goal line. Kelly pokes it off his stick. Reverses it into the corner. Picked up by Ryan Ragusa. Chaco had it. Puck comes up to Kangema. Held in at the point. Shot. Redirected. Loose. We get a whistle. High sticking. So that's why it was blown dead. It didn't go in anyway. It was a nice save, but nonetheless, it's a good confidence builder for Sebastian Martins, because I think he got that one, and more than that, it's a high stick, so it's going all the way down. That's a good call by the officials. Really unsure of how that shot that was going high was redirected quickly. Just very good hand-eye coordination. Stick was very much above the bar, and it's a good call by the official. We're heading all the way back down. Quick reaction, too. Face off, one back by Clemente. Under pressure. Sends it to Kelly. Walks in, fires, redirected. And both teams doing a pretty good job getting in the passing lanes. As Kangema's taken down. Stick gets caught in the boards. Racing in, it's Heinlein. Poked off his stick. Clemente can't settle it. Stick is pulled out. Now walking in, Kelly pulls up, fires, shot. Rebound comes free. Bolero walks in. Fires it. Kicked out. Loose in the slot. EI looking for a clear. Puck is free. Comes to Bolero. Walks in. On the backhand. Shot. Save. Rebound is free. Still looking for it. It's corralled into the corner. Kelly pinching in. Forces EI to chip it down. That's going to be an icing here, and we'll get a stoppage. 13:20 remaining in the period. So there's a defensive zone draw for EI again. D'Amico in the dot. Centering Beaudry, and I think on the far side there, Coy Witt. Face-off was won by EI's Resinello, and now the puck heads up ice. Benoit throws the shoulder at the line, breaks up the play. It's sent around the wall by D'Amico. Resinello. Play is broken up by Beaudry. Zulikovsky reverses. Coy Witt picks it up, looking up ice, pass is intercepted. Nice play by Witchert. Now the puck comes out of the zone. D'Amico battling for it, settles it, breaks free of Walsh. Second attempt. Peter Marizito for strong play. He chips it past Zulikovsky. Benoit will take over defending Marizito. He beats both defenders, but Benoit on the recovery does a great job using his speed there as he's now racing up ice. 3-on-2 developing. Poked off a stick by Marizito. Battle beneath the goal line. Pass, shot. It goes just wide. A wide open net for Coy Witt. Couldn't cash in that time, and he's done a really good job creating some quality chances. So, a bit surprised by that, I'm sure. One of those things where 99 times out of 100 you have it, but it's that one time you don't where ends up costing Longwood that time. Witt now has it. Shot turned aside. O'Shea with the catch right in between his arm and his pants. So 12:07 remaining in the second period. Still 0-0. Both teams trading chances, but as of yet, no one has found the back of the net. It's a big one here tonight. Once again, this one could decide how this division shakes out, because with only so many games left for Longwood, they gotta secure their postseason position, and if you're EI, well, it's more about seeding as Kelly breaks free of a hit, cutting in. Longwood really needs these 2 points here as Kelly has it, looking towards the slot pass. D'Amico wraps around, under pressure, poked off his stick, heading up ice. Barton. Bolero breaks it up at the line and fires. Blocked by Penny. Barton collects, comes up, not out. Dropped off by Beaudry. Off the wall. Comes to Bolero. Michigan attempt, can't get it off. Comes out to the line. Kelly's shot is gloved. A nice save by O'Shea. So now another defensive zone draw. Nicotri in the dot versus Barton. Face-off is won back by EI. They send it around the wall. And it's chipped out by Penny, racing after it, 2-on-1 developing. Kelly back. Barton loses the handle, assess, collects on the back check, poked off her stick, sent towards the slot, but it goes all the way across. Off the wall, Umberzot's shot goes wide, and it pinballs around the wall, and Lassess gets the clear, but not possession. Stavropoulos on the drop pass to Barton. It's chipped back in. Bolero's going to collect. Really strong Longwood defense is Bolero to Kelly. They're really good at moving the puck up ice, and it's a very dynamic unit as Kelly still makes that lead pass, give and go with Lassess. Enters now, cuts to the center, separated from the puck, loose, kick, paddled out, sent back towards net in front, loose. Kelly, backhand shot, couldn't get enough on it. EI looking for the clear, but Colin Kelly's going to hold that one in. Walks the line, escapes the cone. Under pressure, shot, turned aside, puck is loose, and it's covered. So with 10:19 remaining, another strong save from Patrick O'Shea. And right now, there's a face-off in the defensive zone. Chaco versus Nicotri. And it's one. Assess has her stick lifted, and now racing up ice. Ragusa. Pass across. Ends up going off the stick of Connors, right to Grayson Benoit, who sends it around the wall. Assess looking to chip it ahead. Instead, it comes to Peter Marazita. Under pressure goes D2D. Emmett Galar moving it up ice, but play is broken up. Benoit under pressure, escape turn, chips it up. Out of the zone. As it rolls on the stick of Galar, but he settles it, moved it to Marazito. Poked off his stick, comes to Ragusa, and now comes to Connors on the zone entry. Shot deflected, paddled into the corner. Ragusa trying to send it towards the slot, took a hit from Zulikovsky as that puck went around the wall, and now sent towards net, redirected, save. Puck is loose on the other side. Martins doesn't end up having to face a rebound there. As the pass is deflected, Gordiello on the forecheck. Puck comes to Beaudry in transition instead. And now Benoit with it, walking in. Forced to the outside by Galar. Takes a hit. Puck comes to Zulikovsky under pressure. Trying to maintain the handle. It comes to Clementi outside the zone. Connors will chase. Clementi shields it. Resets. He's done a good job of that this year. Now heading up ice. Gets the zone entry, pulls up, tries to slip past Marazito, tied up. Battling forward in the corner, Marazito gloves it down, and now heading up ice. Chiefs have it. Shot, saved by Martins. And we get a whistle here. Another strong stop for the Longwood netminder, who set it down after the whistle was blown. So now it's a defensive zone draw for Longwood. Left wing side, so Schmallenberger versus Clementi. Face off, tied up, one back to Bolero. He'll settle it. Looks up the near side wall after they tried to fix far side. Now Clementi has it coming in. Kangema in front. Clementi pass, deflected. Kangema shot, scores! A deflected pass. Longwood. Kangema still gets it. Finds the back of the net. And what a great play here by Michael Clementi on that zone exit. You get the little chip pass to him off the wall. He comes in. And just, you see Schmallenberger try to get a stick on that. Kangema ends up settling it. Finds the back of the net. Longwood takes a 1-0 lead, 8:26 remaining. Not much you can do if you're O'Shea sliding left to right that time, and now Heinlein coming in. Zone entry broken up, and now Kelly will chase. And Edmund Schmallenberger ties him up That long reach, Kelly forces it free. Gets it back, heading up the wall. Left wing side. Breaks free. Cutting into the middle. Pulls up, has it. Fires. Shot. Glove save! O'Shea makes that really strong glove save. A little flourish at the end there. Little windmill, and now it's a defensive zone draw yet again for Longwood. And this is what Colin Kelly and Chris Bolero and Grayson Benoit and Oleg Zulikovsky, this is what they do. They create havoc in their own zone. They box out in front, and then they take the puck up ice. And Zulikovsky actually ends up having to carry that puck the least of them. His wit shot is blocked, but he's such a strong defender. He just brings a different element to that defense, and he's still such a strong skater. Now coming in, Walsh against Bolero, who blocks it. EI's Walsh to the front, shot, scores! And the defensive zone breakdown, just not getting that body in front of the net. And here's how it happens. So, all right, you get the zone entry, good job by EI. You have Bolero covering, that's fine too. And what ends up happening here is you have a forward covering. Kelly's getting back, but that forward, and that's Coy Witt that time, doesn't end up taking the front of the net, and that's, you know, it's understandable. When you have a defense that likes to pinch like that, you're going to end up in situations like that. And it's one of those things where it's a learning experience. You don't want to stop playing your game because of a mistake like that, especially when you have a nice defense of a group like that. Now Zulikovsky showing off his mitts, escaping two defenders, but it's poked off his stick. Rasinello settles it. And, you know, for a young defenseman who, you know, has that long reach, kind of be a double-edged sword when you're trying to move it up ice, but make no mistake, he knows how to play in his own zone with it, and that handle gets a little bit tighter every time I watch him. It's good to see. Puck comes up, out, Umverzot shot, rebound, they score. Another backdoor play, EI back-to-back goals, and that's actually their second of the game, and here's an issue with my scoreboard there. 6:54 remaining. As that comes across, comes to the point, Umverzot fires it. Shot, turned aside, and then, well, that's all she wrote. 6:54 remaining, just tapped in from the back door, and you got a box out there. You have that forward circling the net, and, you know, we can talk about how dynamic of a unit they are, and you got to believe they're going to figure it out, but it's got to be a little quicker than that, especially with potentially their playoff spot on the line. Lessess to Nicotri in the corner. And give credit to EI. They've been relentless on the forecheck. Seen a lot of good things from that Walsh line as well. Walsh actually being one of the wingers. Rasinello centering it normally. Seen a lot of good things from Barton. You see that hit in the corner. There's a call on the play. It's going against the Chiefs, and that's no surprise as Zulikovsky's cage came off that time. It's still hanging off. I think him and the coach are just laughing about it at this point, but he's going to have to get that fixed, and Tyler Wichert heading to the box. You can hear some cries on the EI side of the ice, not from the coaching staff, about how they both should go. Well, when your stick comes up like that and you end up whacking somebody in the helmet like that, the idea that you're going to get a call going against you on a collision where one player came up high and maybe the other one's, you can maybe argue Zulikovsky came up high just because of the fact he's tall. That's pretty much the only argument you got there. He's trying to fix his helmet. The bench is discussing if it. EI, Longwood, they're confused. I think they actually might have. Head coach Fernando Martin's pleading his case here. He's probably not going to get his way. He's not remotely happy with whatever was said, so Zulikovsky's got to fix his helmet still. We're going to see if they're offsetting. He's still trying to fix it, so. EI bench, now they actually are heated. Well, they say nowadays at UBS you can hear Patrick Roy the 300, so I'm just going to take it as a sign of a good coach that you can hear him from here. Shows he cares. That's pretty much all I got to say on that. As Longwood heads back to the power play, they trail by 1. Kelly at the line, goes D to Bolero. Off the wall. Pumps into Nicotri. Bolero under pressure, moves it to Nicotri. Back to Bolero. Pass. Gordiello fires, shot, rebound is loose, poked out. Gordiello trying to settle it. Resinello comes away with it, can't get the clear. Lissess trying to tie up Gordiello on the attack. Puck comes out of zone. Walsh pressuring against Bolero. Under pressure. Slips it through. Kelly on the back check, breaks it up. Walsh trying to box out. Puck comes to Bolero. Kelly looking on that far side for a pass. Won't get it. Bolero now carries, and he'll head up ice, and Longwood now gets the zone entry chipped in. So as O'Shea goes to settle it, sends it around, but McCoutry gets to it first. Walsh and Galar pressuring. Puck comes up. Kelly steps into it. Escapes pressure, moves it to Gordiello. Shot towards the net. Rebound is loose. Lissess's first shot is turned aside, sent around the wall. Bolero chipped up past him, and Rasinello has Walsh supporting, but Coterie back check, can't break up the play, looking for the pass across, comes the Walsh shot, save, no, slipped through. Did it? Nope. So, EI finds the back of the net. It looked like that hit Martins and went off of him, but instead we get the shorthanded goal, and that's just a tough break for your netminder, because you can see here he steps across and just trickles through. That's under the arm, and it's now a 3-1 game, 5:09 remaining. Not what you want to see on your power play, a shorthanded 2-on-1, and Longwood's been taking chances all night, and well, now they're going to have to take more of them. Just, you got to make sure you have someone covering, and you got to make sure get that puck a little lower, get to work on the cycle, crash the net, and when you can't get those opportunities, dump, chase, and wait for the other team to make a mistake. Kelly has it. Enters. Under pressure, pulls up, he holds it. Bolero skating towards that weak side. The pass comes across. Clementi has to double clutch it. Walks in, shot, turned aside. Rebound comes free. Bolero pinching. Holds in the first time. Galar, second time. And I'd like to ask Emmett Galar to please not try and hit my monitor. I'd like to let Emmett Galar know that if I'm back next year, I will not be letting him forget that at all. So, 4:25 remaining. Emmett Galar tried to, well, I'm not going to say it was deliberate, but definitely felt that way. And hey, I was butchering his name for the first half, so who's to blame him? Puck comes to Marizito, up ice, Saccone. We get a whistle here. Looks like there's a call going against Longwood now, 4:08 remaining. So not what you want to see for Longwood. They get that early goal, courtesy of Andrew Kajema, then back-to-back, Tierney Rasinello, Tyler Witcher, James Walsh, and EI is a pretty senior-heavy squad. So for them, it's good to see these guys coming on hot late here. You know, you want to see that kind of development, because the reality is your three best players, the league's three leading scorers in the varsity division, well, they're graduating. So there's a high turnover in varsity sports, and when you're good, you know, it tends to be that you have a lot of seniors normally, and you see some younger squads. You want to have that nice balance, but sometimes you just end up with a pretty stacked roster. The opportunities don't open up right away. Marizito, pass comes across. Rasinello, shot, turned aside, rebound, poked out. Zulikovsky boxing out that time. That's when I say he brings that different element. Well, that different element is he's long, rangy defender, doesn't shy away from the physical aspect of the game, and now re-entering Rasinello. Pulls up. Longwood already in a box as they enter the zone, as Galar steps into a shot. That's deflected. 45 seconds gone by on the power play. Pass makes its way through. Shot blocked. Second attempt blocked. Ends up down low. Walsh boxed out by Zulikovsky. Trying to escape using that long reach. But like I said, you know, it also opens you up to the poke check. And Rasinello trying for a Michigan that time. He's already done it this season. But Longwood gets the clear. Puck's going to come all the way down. O'Shea will play it. Clementi on the forecheck. And that pass comes all the way out to Zulikovsky, who turns. Poked off a stick. Rasinello. Benoit ended up supporting. Clementi forced a turnover. Zulikovsky looking for the give and go. Kingema ends up collecting it and gets tied up, and that's unfortunate because now EI has a 3-on-1 developing. Zulikovsky in the back check. Benoit watching that backdoor pass shot, and they score. A power play goal for EI. And you just can't give up these on-man rushes. You have Zulikovsky gets tied up with Kingema, and you got to get that give and go faster. You have Martin sliding, and they end up finding the back of the net. It's now a 4-1 game, 4 unanswered for EI. After Longwood looked dominant in the first period, they had their chances in the second, but now seems like that long change, some of these opportunities they take, well, they're not paying off right now. And now Bolero forcing a turnover. Coming up ice, O'Shea has been a rock in net, but he cuts the outside, looks for the wraparound, can't get it. Ends up coming to Beaudry at the line, slips his stick. Kelly racing after it. And Colin Kelly. We've seen defensemen dominate the varsity division. Brody O'Doherty with the Friars this year has been very good, and now Kelly's shot redirected. He's on the rebound. He's looking to turn it on here, looking to take over this game. He's boxed out in the corner, though. Beaudry joins. Can't force the turnover. Puck comes out of the zone. Second effort from him. Puck comes free to Connors, off the wall. Ball comes to Ragusa. Bolero breaks it up this time, and he's looking up ice to D'Amico. Pass is deflected, and now Beaudry on it. Pulls up, enters, drops it off to D'Amico. And he pulls up under pressure. Connors on the attack, and the puck comes down low to Stavropoulos. Sent around the wall, and Kelly boxes out Ragusa. Initially, puck comes down to neutral ice. Bolero racing after it. Pulls up, cuts through, slips by 2 defenders. The third looks to split the defense, has it poked off his stick, and looking towards the front. Play is broken up. Marizito up the wall, comes to Ragusa, chips it out. Kelly under pressure, escapes. Pulls up, fires it in, and Longwood now goes back on the attack, but EI has possession. They send it up the wall. Coy Witt tried to hold it in. Puck comes back out. Bolero under pressure. Connors forces it free. Enters. Witt on the back check. Backhand shot goes wide. Karam's off the wall. Chaco's shot. Turned aside by Martins. Comes to Kelly. Off the wall. 35 seconds remaining. Colin Kelly trying to make something happen here in this final minute of the period, but he also wants to prevent it from ending up in the back of his own net. D'Amico now on the attack. Cuts in, tied up. Beaudry trying to support, but Stavropoulos, one of those 4 varsity call-ups on this EI squad. They want to get him acclimated for next year. Now Coy Witt heading the other way. And you really haven't had that opportunity for Longwood this season. They definitely have some players that could, but they've been pretty engrossed in their own playoff push. So as Benoit sends it up the wall, Ragusa gets a stick on it. That'll do it for the second period. Longwood strikes first, but now they trail by 3. And you gotta stay out of the box, you gotta capitalize on the power play. When you don't do those 2 things, well, you tend to lose games. And right now, as it stands, Longwood, not only do they not capitalize on that first penalty to Emmett Goulart, one of their key defensemen, they failed to capitalize on their second one right after they scored. They had a chance to go up 2-0. Instead, as it stands, they take a penalty of their own after giving up 2 goals. That leads to after giving up 3 goals. They give up their 4th goal. They get to give up a shorted-handed goal at first, and you're just not going to win games that way. You can't win if you're giving up shorthanded opportunities. You can't win if you're not capitalizing on the power play, and right now that's where it comes down to for Longwood. They looked better when it was at 5-on-5. Then they got to the power play, and since then it's just been one of those games where EI just looks more settled on the power play. They look more settled on the kill. They don't change their game. They don't overthink it, and when you keep things simple, well, good things tend to happen. And for EI, that's certainly been the case here tonight. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on hockey cliches, by the way. But for the most part, those cliches do hold true, especially in this league. O'Shea heads back out to his pipes. Martin's in net for Longwood. They trail by 3. Face off at center. It's one forward. Nicotri on the attack. Beneath the goal line. Puck comes to Gordiello and now to Benoit, but it leaves the zone. And this is a Longwood squad that, well, a lot of these players, first-year players, a lot of players coming from the freshman level. I believe Kelly was either freshman or developmental, just based on age. Irregardless, it's a young team, and right now they're at the point in this game where, well, the future has to be now if you want to make the playoffs. Pass through the slot is deflected. Gordiello on the back check. And he's had a solid game. Does a good job anticipating that one. Drops it off for Zulikovsky. Just makes the smart heads-up play. And Benoit off the wall. Nicotri steps into it. Trying to get a handle on it. Comes to Gordiello after he's poked off a stick. His shot turned aside. Good job by O'Shea. He comes out of his net. He takes away the ankle. And that way, even if it doesn't end up being something he can control, the rebound is being directed further out away from his net. O'Shea now dealing with something with his pads, so maybe if you're Longwood, you want to fire a couple there. If you have a goalie adjusting his pads, you fire it low, low, low. You keep it down there because that's where he's not saying it's where he's hurting. It's just might be something where the pad might not be stable. Maybe you get a lucky bounce. Gordiello to Zulikovsky, shot redirected. So here's he trying to go for that rebound. Now it comes to Nicotri on the cycle. Pass through the slot. Gordiello can't tip it home. Zulikovsky turned aside. Puck comes loose. Flex off an EI skater. Benoit racing ahead. Breaks up the play, but the puck has left the zone. He chips it in. They check up. Longwood back on the forecheck. Pass across. Makes its way all the way through, but it ends up going the length of the ice. There's going to be a whistle here with 13:44 remaining. Longwood trails by 3. They score that first goal, and then they give up 4 unanswered, so the Chiefs have really been in control since the start of the second period. And before that, you could have argued it was Longwood, but you get a couple odd man rushes, you get a couple giveaways, a couple chances in the slot that you really wouldn't characteristically give up. Well, that's going to cost you. And now as Stavropoulos picks it up, he has possession, looking up ice, off the wall to Walsh. He settles it, steps in, pulls up, and a good play there by Clementi to break that play up, and curling away to safety, carries it beneath the goal line, puts it off the back of his own net. Lead pass to Heinlein. He's got to settle it, but can't, so the puck comes all the way out to Resinello. He escapes the Longwood forecheck, now looks to re-enter. Trying to split the defense. Kelly keeping it to the outside, sent towards the front, rebound, trickles wide. Kelly escapes Walsh. Heinlein looking for a clear, sends it up to the point. Umberzot poked off his stick by Clementi. 2-on-1 developing. Kangema. Clementi's forced outside, looking for a pass to the slot. Good second effort from Stavropoulos. Gets separated from the puck. Strong play, and then Resinello gets it. Witchert looking up ice. Pass is broken up by Kelly. He puts it off the wall. And his stick is lifted, harried in transition. And now Kelly on the back check as Walsh enters, pulls up, tied up. Puck comes back to Walsh despite Kelly's best efforts. Comes to the point, Galar sends it in. Around the wall, Bolero looking up ice. Has Clementi. Ends up moving to Kangema, who can't settle it. Wanted to do that little tic-tac-toe play, and now Kelly holds it at the line, walks in, pulls up, fires, shot. Ends up being deflected. Heinlein has to hold it in. Sent towards the slot again. Off the backhand of Walsh. Chiefs looking to settle it. Puck comes up, out of the zone. Good play by Peter Marizito. Bolero will chase. Longwood looking to take chances here as they try and erase this 3-goal deficit. Pass comes all the way across, off the wall to Clementi. He can't settle it. Galar. Sophia Penny. EI gets the clear. Racing up ice to Barton. Evades a hit from Wint. Walks in. Shot. Redirected. Goes wide. Witcher collects beneath the goal line. Drop pass. Barton. Still working for it. Zulikovsky gets a stick lift. Clementi can't get it out of the zone. Still battling for it. Zulikovsky comes to Penny. Towards the slot. Play is broken up once again. Longwood on the defensive here, trying to erase this 3-goal deficit. Now Bolero has it, under pressure, racing up ice, enters, has the stick lifted, continues to chase, sends it towards the slot, goes off the back of the net. Beaudry off the wall, Witt settles it on the backhand, escapes one defender, carries beneath the goal line, and Marizito battling for it. But looks like he'll come away with it. Beaudry battling for it. Witt battling for it. Beaudry in front. Benoit enters the fray. The defenseman pinching in here, comes away with it, and gets tied up by Marizito, who drops off. Thought Witt was still there, so now it's Beaudry racing after it. Both teams trying to settle it. One looking for the clear, another looking to get work on the cycle as Witt misses as the puck comes up and out of play. We get a stoppage here with 10:33 remaining. So face-off comes all the way back down. Left wing dot. Longwood gets a change, and we've seen Lissesse slide back to defense before. I believe D'Amico is capable of it as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they make any changes here, trying to mix things up, maybe get Kelly up on forward and try and create there. EI gets it up and out. Chaco deflected off his stick. Benoit escapes, pulls up against Ragusa, poked off his stick. EI has it. Chaco coming in, shot saved by Martins, and he covers. 10-10 remaining. Longwood, they're able to get the puck out of their own zone. The problems have started in transition, where they're not getting those clean zone entries they got at the beginning of the game. Credit to East Islip for generating some strong, they're using their defense to generate some opportunities heading the other way, but if you're Longwood, you really have to find a way to create some offense, get your wings more involved, start getting some speed from them, some confidence from them, because they have some good forwards. It's just haven't been able to get them involved thus far. Benoit picks it up, lead pass to Beaudry, and that's one of those backhand passes, ends up rolling a little bit, but Beaudry on the forecheck. D'Amico gets it, looking, cutting in, wants a pass to slot. Beaudry shot turned aside, rebound, free, loose, still battling for it, sent around the wall. D'Amico collects in the corner, looking towards the point. Benoit fires, shot, gloved. We get a whistle. 9:30 remaining in the period. Longwood trails by 3. James Walsh back-to-back goals. Tierney Rastinello and Tyler Witchard each have goals as well. Face off. Ends up being won by EI. They send it around the wall. They get the clear. Bolero forcing a change of possession. Looking, cross, has time, but turnover. EI on the forecheck. Nicotri trying to box out along the wall, can't. Horodisky had positioning there, and now it comes to Kelly. Looking up ice. Enters. Pulls up to the outside. Looking to cut back in. Pass comes across. All the way out, and it's chipped out by the Chiefs. Schmallenberger tied up by Bolero there. And it comes back in. EI looking for a clear. That was Foray who got it out that time, but now heading the other way. Marizito has it. Tied up. Nicotri can't settle it. Kelly now aggressively pursuing, as is Bolero. So Longwood out of position. Shot turned aside by Martins. Horodisky from an off angle. Puck comes free, loose in front, comes all the way out to Marizito. He walks in, fires, turned aside. Martins comes across, squares up, and shot doesn't reach him. Bolero picks it up, looking up ice. Breaks free of Umberzon. Slips through it, walks in, shot. Can't find the finish, slams his stick in frustration, and cycles the puck to Nicotri. A beautiful chance for Bolero in transition, just couldn't capitalize. Now the puck comes up, out, Kelly breaks it up. Benoit will get it. Colin Kelly wants a change. Grayson Benoit has the puck, under pressure, moves up the wall. Walsh breaks it in play. Benoit ties him up, then fires it in. So Kelly gets a change, Zulikovsky back out. Approaching the midway mark of the period. Puck comes up, and Walsh makes Benoit miss. Heinlein, Nicotri on the attack. Comes free. Pass across. Witcher chips it up, looking for the clear, can't get it. Nicotri holds the line, boxing out against Galar. Heinlein misses. Play will continue. Puck comes out of the zone. Zulikovsky boxes out. Walsh does a good job there and now has to pull up. Looks up ice. Pass across to Heinlein. He's got to settle it, but Stavropoulos breaks it up. And now Lassesse chips it back in, and Longwood just struggling with these breakout passes and just a little too quick. They have more time than they think. Benoit's shot turned aside, rebound. Lassesse can't settle it. Second attempt, puck is loose. Galar boxing out. Witcher collects, sends it up the wall. Benoit holds it in. Sends it right back down low. Under pressure from Resinello. Stavropoulos, Heinlein knocks it free. Zulikovsky steps in, walks in, shot. It's gloved. You get a stoppage here. 6:38 remaining. Clementi tied up. Comes to Penny. Sophia Penny to Sam Penny that time. Comes back up the wall. Zulikovsky throws the shoulder, but Penny gets the clear, and Longwood has possession. Clementi. Saccone pressuring. Now he uses the net to create space. Heading up ice. Pulls up. Lassesse holds the line initially, but Longwood goes off sides. 6:10 remaining, and you gotta watch out for that stutter step. When you got a forward like Clementi, he's very dynamic with the puck. He definitely has that tendency to pull up weight, use his defenseman. That's very much the system Longwood runs, but now we'll get a change up front. D'Amico out and Beaudry. Maybe a bit of a line change here, so Nicotri will end up with those two for the next shift, if I had to guess. D'Amico on the forecheck. Longwood forces it free. Comes up the wall, looking to settle it. Marizito gets it out and comes to Barton. He enters. Poked off a stick by Benoit. He has possession, chips it off the wall. Marizito races in. Chips it in. Sophia Penny gloves it down. Barton takes over. D'Amico on the attack. We'll get a whistle for a hand pass. 5:40 remaining. Clock winding down. Time running out for Longwood to make a comeback. Coy Witt out now. Nicotri and Gordiello head out. So bit of a late change though, so it's not going to matter. Face off. One forward, but it's off sides. So now Longwood does get that change. Nicotri line out, matched up against the Chaco line, and face-off is tied up. One by EI. Ryan Ragusa enters. Zulikovsky with the poke check. Gordiello has to settle it. Lead pass. Nicotri. Zulikovsky enters the fray. Gets it out of the zone, and puck comes to Umberzat. Off the wall, comes to Benoit. Under pressure, chips it off the wall. Stavropoulos settles it. Second attempt, third attempt, Longwood can't settle it. Heinlein now trying to drop it back off. Comes to Gordiello. Zulikovsky joining the rush now. Pokes it ahead. Coming out, O'Shea. Held into the line by Heinlein. On his backhand, chips it back in. Blake Umberzat has to settle it. Sends it back up the wall, but the coach forces the turnover. Walks in, backhand pass, shot, scores! Gordiello finds the back of the net. Longwood makes this a two-score game, and good job getting to work on the cycle by Nicotri. He keeps that puck hemmed in. Heinlein supporting nicely there. He's going to walk in here, and you get that defender. You break up the breakout attempt, and then you get that second goal for Longwood. 4:50 remaining. Nicotri wins it forward, trying to chip it past Marizito, and that's what Longwood's got to do. They got to tie defenders up. They got to keep the puck in the zone, hold the line. Now Kelly racing up ice, looking to make it a one-goal game. Shot goes wide. Was probably looking for a deflection there. Comes out. Bolero holds it in. Escapes Walsh. Walks in. Walsh second effort. Bolero cutting in. Shot deflected through traffic. Ends up ping-ponging along the wall. And beneath the goal line now, Galar looking towards Witcher. Kelly steps up. Puck comes free. Bolero shot. Ends up wide. Might have been looking for a redirection there, but now Gordiello to the point. Bolero steps in to Kelly. Walks in. Fires. Galar gets a piece of it. Good job there by the EI defender, really getting in front of that shot. And now Walsh gets it out. Bolero forces a turnover. Flips it to Kelly. Has to escape pressure from Witcher. Resinello and Walsh joining the fray, and the puck is deflected. Kelly saddles it. Comes to Nicotri. Looking for the give and go. He'll carry it. Makes the pass to Kelly. Walks in. Fires. Shot kicked out. And we get the save from O'Shea. 3:38 remaining. Longwood trails by 2. Gordiello. Real solid campaign for him and Kingema. Now the plays. Puck's coming to Kelly off the face-off win. Comes to kicked out by O'Shea. Now Schmallenberger chips it out. Kelly looks to recover. He's under pressure from Barton. Saccone supporting on that weak side as Kelly pulls up. Longwood defender makes the lead pass. It's deflected off the stick of Kelly. Second effort. Now Kelly on the forecheck against Barton. Fires a pass across. Bolero tried to get a stick on it. It was lifted. Schmallenberger now racing in. Coy Witt settling it. Under pressure. Tied up. Along the wall. Beneath the Longwood goal line. We've approached. We've hit the 3-minute mark. Bolero. Lead pass. D'Amico. And for Longwood, you don't want to get too fancy here. It's been chipped in. Clementi does a good job keeping his foot on that line. Gets it now. Collects it. Under pressure. Don't get too fancy. Keep it simple if you're Longwood. Just get those pucks on net, make the goaltender move, make him make the second save. Bolero walks in, shot, redirect to Clementi. On it, backhand shot, and it's stopped by O'Shea. He's done a really good job containing those rebounds. If you're Longwood, you want to move them east-west. Now we get the timeout. Here, I believe it was called by Longwood, but I might be mistaken. No, it's been called by Longwood. So the timeout by Longwood. 2:31 remaining. And I would expect them to... We've seen this before. They might go with 3 defensemen, even 4 if they have the option. For the remainder of this game, they have some players who can really skate. Definitely going to have to shorten the bench here, which is what you do with these points of the games. You know, you're getting to that level. Freshmen, you know, don't necessarily shorten it as much. Then you get to junior varsity, you start to shorten some more. And by the time you get to varsity, you know, you get the Ryan and Otters of the world. East Islip Chiefs fans know this well. When the game's on the line, he's on the ice. And you'll see Sachem run Kinkowski for 4 or 5 minutes because that's just the kind of motor he's got, you know. And right now, it looks like Longwood sending out Zulikovsky, Benoit, and they're going to keep that line out there. Gordiello, Clementi, and D'Amico. So, correction, that's actually Coy Witt. My apologies. So, that's a line that has some speed to it. They have some decent finishing ability, and Clementi's Longwood's leading scorer. You have Zulikovsky at the line in case things need to be settled down on the other end, and you have Benoit, who's a capable puck carrier. Martin's inching towards the empty net, but EI wins the draw. They get the clear. Puck comes out. Martins heads back to his crease, and Benoit in a foot race with Witcher. Witcher throws the shoulder, trying to box out there. 2:20 remaining. Longwood in their own zone. Zulikovsky picks it up on his backhand. Races up ice and just looking to shield that puck. Uses his speed nicely there. Breaks free. They're going for the empty net. Zulikovsky beneath the goal line. We get a whistle here. Not sure what that was whistled for. It looks like they're calling... I actually don't know what they're calling here. I can't tell what that was at all. My apologies. Doesn't seem like there's a penalty on the play. There's no too many men, which is what Longwood was initially concerned about, which didn't really make sense because Martins had 1 foot in the door by the time the whistle was blown. Face off at center. It's tied up. EI has it now. So Zulikovsky picks it up, looks up ice, finds Clementi, boxed out nicely there. EI's Marizito has it, splitting through. Zulikovsky's got to keep it to the outside. Kelly out now. My correction. My mistake. Benoit's headed to the bench, and clock is running. 1:36 now. Comes free wraparound attempt in front. An empty net for Longwood. McCoutry forcing that turnover at the line and held in by Clementi, but he chipped it ahead. Puck comes out of the zone. They have possession. They're trying to settle it. Kelly chips it back in. Valero will chase. 3 defensemen out. Zulikovsky, the last one, D'Amico, McCoutry in front. Pass comes up front. McCoutry looking to settle it. Comes back down. Benoit might come out for McCoutry. He's inching towards the bench that way. And wouldn't surprise me in the least. Not anything against McCoutry, mind you. Just when you have a defenseman like Benoit and a dynamic puck carrier like him, you want to get as many of those guys out there, especially when you're trailing. EI breaks up the play, empty net still. Comes to Richards, off D'Amico. Also just might be one of those situations where you don't want to run both of them for the whole duration of the play. Pass intended for Kelly goes awry. Resinello sends it towards the empty net. Kelly breaks it up. Comes Clementi. Resinello. Kelly ending out Coy Witt. They're sending out Benoit. We're not sure. The other one, he sends it out. Walsh up ice. Back